right, you caught me by surprise. What can I say?
Well, we do have priorities here.
As long as I'm on the camera, it is time for Israel to stop fooling around and get down to business. Sergeant Slaughter is the WWF champion, follower of Saddam Hussein. Now they say, Sergeant Slaughter said that he and Saddam Hussein are going to ride in the open car down the streets of Baghdad before the cheering crowds. Well, there's nobody left in the city anymore. It's all bombed out. All right, David, give me you can turn it off now. This was all spontaneous. I just walked in the door.
Right, it's off now.
I gotta stop, all right? That's it.
Yep.
Bye-bye. All right, that's it.
Right.
Now, David, come on. I do want to see it before we go.
Well, we can't. We don't have the adapter. You can listen to it and see it in black and white, though.
Oh, in black and white? I'm still sorry.
Yeah.
All right, look. Turn it off. Maybe I'll prepare something. Oh, you have it on, David? I have something to say. How do you like what the Giants did to the 49ers on Sunday?
Best defensive football.
That was unbelievable that they did that.
A win is a win. What, they had a better offense than the 49ers? The 49ers, except for that one touchdown when the guy went for the interception except for that, they didn't do anything. At least the Giants were getting in position for all those field goals.
The Giants have the best defense in football. The best defense we've seen in years. They're really quite good.
All right, and the new ratings are out. Bridgeport is now number 12.
That makes sense.
No, I'm saying this for the benefit of the camera. They are number 12.
7 in the country to 12 in the country.
Meanwhile, the team that beat them has a real gripe. I think they only have 2 losses, and they're still being snubbed from the list. So the reputation has something to do with it. That team rightfully belongs on the list, and they're not.
Well, if they only have 2 losses and they beat a team on the list, they have a right to be.
They absolutely belong on the list. There's no question about it. I have nothing to say. I have nothing prepared. All right, I'll put this on the record, as long as the camera.
On the record?
This is about the Middle East. I've been watching all the TV hour after hour. Today the war is a week old. Israel has been hit 3 times and they're still not doing anything.
They can't.
Oh yeah, all right, yes they can.
How?
Crossfire.
On TV, when they ask Israel, what can you do, what will you do, of course they can't say, because that's the same as telling Saddam Hussein what they're going to do. So they have all these so-called experts and analysts and everyone else saying, what can Israel do that the United States isn't doing?
Excuse me, I can't.
And I haven't heard one person say the one thing that Israel can do that the United States is not doing.
What is that?
Right?
What is that?
The United States is concentrating on bombing out Baghdad and their troops in Kuwait and all of this. And, a little bit of bombing in the western part of Iraq. What Israel can do is Israel can fly over Jordan, regardless of what Jordan says. If Jordan causes a problem, just wipe them out. Go into Iraq. Take control on the ground of western Iraq with their commandos and everything. Control that area and that'll be the end of it.
The minute they get over Iraq, the Americans shoot them down because they don't have the codes that allow them to pass.
Well, if the United States wasn't a bunch of clowns, then they wouldn't.
Right now they cannot do anything unless the U.S. lets them. That's all there is to it. And if the U.S. doesn't let them, they sit out the entire war because they can't do a thing.
Meanwhile, there aren't that many in the United States planes, from what I can make of it. Is that still going?
Yep.
Oh, the light's on.
Yeah. Keep on going.
No, I'm saying what Israel ought to do.
They can't. I told you why they can't.
Then they ought to say, the United States and do it anyway.
The U.S. will shoot every plane.
No, they won't. No, they won't.
The U.S. planes shoot down any opposing aircraft without the codes.
If they know what Israel is, if they know it's Israel, they are not going to do it.
The U.S. airplanes fly in any plane that does not return the appropriate code, they assume it's the enemy and they shoot it down.
That is what they should do, and the reason the United States won't let them do it is because Israel could take care of it and embarrass the United States and show what a bunch of fools they are that they can't handle it.
I say that's bull. You have no reason to say that. You have no knowledge whatsoever of the capability.
Israel knows the territory. The United States doesn't.
What is
Their pilots are more daring.
This is a normal argument between my uncle and my father.
Israel can take care of it if the United States would stop being such a bunch of clowns.
You know what you're doing, Peter? You're blowing gas. That's all you're doing. Because what you're saying has no validity. It's just you're blowing gas.
That's the answer. What do you think Israel, when they get together and say, what are we going to do? Should we do this? Should we do that? None of this is getting on the TV. What do you think they're talking about among themselves?
They can talk all they like, but they
The guy from Israel is on the Larry King show last night, and he's saying to Jordan, listen, Jordan, we'd like you to stay out of it. Take some good advice and stay out of it. That means they're going to do something.
They can't do anything over Iraq without those codes. You can talk all you like, but they cannot. American and Allied aircraft shoot down all planes without codes. If they venture into an area without those codes, they get shot down.
That's just an excuse to say, Israel, keep taking the bombs and screw you.
By the way,
that's what they're doing.
Any assumption that you make that an Israeli and an airplane that's made by the Americans flies that plane any better and any more capably is just an illusion on your part. These are the same aircraft.
I've heard some people say the Israelis, their pilots are more daring. They could put their commandos on the ground and take care of it. The United States doesn't give a crap about that.
They could parachute their men onto the ground, but anybody can parachute men.
Well, the United States isn't doing it.
Because they don't want to lose lives out there.
They're willing to lose like 30,000 lives in a ground war.
That's the same thing. They don't want to lose lives out there until the area is secured.
I think they should let Israel do what they want to do. No, there's no question about it. They know the territory, the United States doesn't.
What territory do they know? It's desert sand.
They know that area. They fly all over all the time with the intelligence for the last how many years. The United States are like new buffoons in there.
We don't want to lose our
And
sanctions.
the people don't even know what the hell is going on. Because the media is muzzled. They want to...
With all due respect, all the Israeli intelligence in that area comes off American satellites in space that we give them because we're nice guys. You have an illusion about who these Israelis are.
Now, wait a minute.
Those are American satellites.
The United States had told Israel for 5 months, cut out your intelligence activities and let us do it. And then for 5 months, they won't tell Israel what they got. Then when the war starts, Israel gets hit, and they're afraid Israel's going to do something that's going to mess them up. Suddenly, we have all this great cooperation between the two countries.
You have this loaded image of who the Israelis are.
Aren't you annoyed that Israel's been hit 3 times, the United States is saying, get hit 100 times, stay out, because the coalition has to stay together. Israel's got to keep getting hit.
That's right. They got to keep on getting hit.
Oh, you got to.
Uncle Peter, we love our dear Assad.
Did it ever occur to you that the Israelis are very thrilled that the Americans are going to spill a lot of blood getting rid of the Iraqis for them? They don't have to.
No, Israel is saying, why don't you let us take care of it? Because we're letting you take care of it. Our city is getting bombed 3 times already. All right, tonight Sacred Heart is going to pay for this.
Absolutely.
Got to forget about the war, get back into the season, and all of that. All right, you got the camera on.
Yep.
There it is. Scud hits Tel Aviv again. Now, how many times are they supposed to put up with this?
Every time, because there's nothing...
Richard is on record saying Israel should take it every single time because we've got to keep the coalition with dear Saudi Arabia and Egypt and all these clowns in the coalition.
What would you have?
Scuds kill 3 Israelis. You see that? I'm very upset over that.
The Israelis can't do anything the Americans can't do. The Israelis are no more able to do anything than the Americans.
Israel would be willing to go on the ground, get control of that area, and then they don't have to worry about any more of these scud missiles.
How would you like the Israelis to try to get control of the ground where on that ground happen to be 500,000 Iraqis right now?
You ought to look at the map and see.
So what are you suggesting they do? Which corner are you suggesting?
There's a western corner of Iraq. Who knows? Those things may even be coming in from Jordan even. And that's all being kept quiet. Maybe Israel knows about it.
You're suggesting that you think the Israelis may know where the scuds are coming from and they should go there and take over that one little section.
It might not be such a little section, but whatever it is...
Isn't it in the Israelis?
Because the United States doesn't really give a shit about that so much, and Israel does. All right, now as long as you've got that thing still on, all I have to tell you is that George Bush is a total
I sort of figured that.
Now,
What about Pat Buchanan, your pal, your buddy, your friend?
Pat Buchanan is a fascist.
What about your greatest friend, David Duke?
Look, Bush, Buchanan, Duke, there's not a dime's worth of difference between the three clowns.
Bush, Duke, and Buchanan are schmucks.
Absolutely.
Just for David.
All right, Dave, you might as well turn the thing off.
No, it has to stay on forever.
Well, then I'm going to have to really carry on.
Oh, when is Happy Days? Is that on tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the reunion.
Oh, we have to tape that. Can you set it up, Dave?
Yeah.
Because I don't think Mommy will ever remember. What time is it on?
Give me a tape, I'll put it on downstairs.
Oh, you want to see Fonzarello?
Yeah, like 50 years old. Oh, on the same tape we have here, we have you and Dad do, like, debating on the bombing of Israel.
The big argument that time.
It wasn't an argument, it was just a discussion.
You'd like
There
it.
was a lot of shouting, wasn't
We
there?
always have a lot of shouting. It's all in the family, you know that. Let me get your tape.
Hey,
Fine.
you want to see it?
What, the Middle East fight?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah! I can put it on now if you want.
The purple power!
Dave?
Oh.
Have you seen your paper?
Is this the same guy who gave you that political stat?
Yes.
Where
Stop! I did the calculation. You do the calculation. What's the average salary in Major League Baseball? And divided by the number of people living in America, you'll find out it comes out to be whatever it is. How many? If the average salary is $1 million in baseball, and there are how many baseball players? 500, 600? I don't know.
if there are 500, so it's 500 million, they're being paid.
Yeah, and in this country we have, say, 250 million. Let's make a round figure. So baseball costs each person $2.
So where did you get $100?
Family of four is $8. Now go to football. Now add in basketball. Now add in, a few of the other things. And it comes out to be some number. And that's how we did the calculation. Is it in a reasonable way to do the calculation?
To me, it is way out of whack.
Everybody knows that that sports make their money on television advertising. So where does that come from? The products you buy.
Yeah, but if you don't buy those products, how many products are in all,
The products that they advertise are things that people typically buy. People buy cars.
on television, so forget...
What are the other ones? We do buy tires. You see, mobile gas advertisers. You pay me now or pay me later. Minus advertising.
David, Doug, not this time.
No, serious. Those are the ads that we have to pay for. And when I thought about it, I said, gee, that's how they're getting their money. They're getting it from us. Indirectly, they're getting it from us. And I agree with that argument.
I have nothing further to say.
So where are the salaries coming from? It's coming from television revenue.